All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about how to give our thinking a pretty serious upgrade, and for that, we're drawing on some incredible ideas from Chen Chiang Kai's book, How to Think Clearly. This is all about learning to spot those hidden traps our own minds set for us.
So, let me ask you something. Have you ever been in an argument and someone hits you with stone-cold facts that just blow your point out of the water? But what do? You double down, right? You dig in even harder. It's a funny thing we do, but trust me, it's not just you. We all do it.
And here's the thing. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It's not a character flaw. It's actually a feature of your brain. Think of it like your brain's operating system has these little hidden glitches or mental shortcuts. They're called cognitive biases. Our brains came up with them to save energy, but well, sometimes those shortcuts lead us way off track.
So let's get into one of the biggest, most powerful glitches of them all. We're going to call it the echo chamber bias, but you probably know it by its official name, confirmation bias. And believe me, this one is the master architect of those personal bubbles we all live inside.
What's so wild about confirmation bias is that it's not passive at all. It's an active hunt. Our brain literally goes out on a mission to find stuff that proves we're right. We search for it, we twist information to make it fit, and we develop a convenient case of amnesia for anything that challenges what we already think.
And once you see this, you can't unsee it. It is everywhere. In politics, for example, it's why we tend to watch news channels or follow accounts that just tell us what we want to hear. That's the echo chamber. But it even happens in our personal lives. You might completely ignore some obvious red flags in a partner because you're so focused on the information that confirms you made a good choice.
Okay, moving on to our second major glitch. This one is all about the power of a first impression, but not with people, with information. It's called anchoring bias, and this sneaky little thing quietly influences our decisions every single day.
So, here's how it works. That very first piece of information you get on a topic, any topic, acts like a heavy anchor dropped in your mind. From that moment on, every other thought and judgment you have is chained to that anchor. It doesn't even matter if that first piece of info was accurate or relevant. It just powerfully skews your perception and you don't even realize it's happening.
Oh, you've definitely experienced this. We all have. Think about when you're shopping. You see a jacket with an original price of $100 slashed down to $50. That $100 price tag, that's the anchor. It makes $50 feel like an amazing deal, even if the jacket was never really worth more than 40 bucks. It's the same in a salary negotiation. The first number that gets put on the table becomes the anchor that the whole rest of the conversation revolves around. Okay, so we've identified a couple of these mental glitches. But so what? Why does any of this actually matter? Well, it matters a ton because these biases have massive, real-world consequences that affect everything from our personal finances to the way our society works. Let's just connect the dots here. That deep-seated need to be right, confirmation bias, that's a huge driver of the social and political polarization we see all around us. It divides us into these camps that can barely even talk to each other. And meanwhile, anchoring bias is constantly tricking us into making bad financial decisions, like overpaying for a house or a car, all because of one little number we saw first. So that all might sound a little bit grim, but here's the good news. We can fight back. Now, it's not about completely eliminating these biases. That's probably impossible. It's about knowing they exist and having the right tools to counteract them. So, let's start building your mental toolkit. Here are 3 powerful steps you can take starting today. First, actively seek out different perspectives. Go read or listen to something from someone you know you disagree with. It might be uncomfortable, but it's crucial. Second, find someone to play devil's advocate. Literally ask a friend or a coworker, "Hey, can you try to tear this idea of mine apart?" It's an incredible way to find your own blind spots. And third, just embrace a little humility. Acknowledge that you don't have all the answers. That simple mindset shift opens you up to actually learning and changing your mind. We've really only scratched the surface here, but what you have now is a new lens, a new way to see the world, and more importantly, a new way to see your own mind at work. The real work begins now. So as you go about your day, as you're scrolling your feed or making a choice, pay attention. What bias are you going to spot first?